Good afternoon and welcome curling fans across Ontario and around the world to an exciting week of curling on Title Sports Live. Today we have live coverage of the U-18 Men's and Women's Ontario Curling Championships being held here at the Hamilton Victoria Curling Club in Hamilton, Ontario. My name is Mary Chilvers and I am joined here today by former Canadian Scotties silver medalist Laurie Eddy. Good afternoon, Laurie.
Hi Mary, it's great to be here for the first draw of the U-18 women's event. These teams will be bringing their A game this week with a trip to the National Championship on the line. Representing Ontario is a huge accomplishment, and these teams will want to start off with a win today.
So on our featured sheet this afternoon, from the Manotick Curling Centre, we have Skip Emily DeSchene, Vice Emma Artichuk. The second is Rory Grant, and the lead is Celeste Gauthier. And they are going to be going up against the team from the Guelph Curling Club, Skip Allison POLUCK. The vice is Sarah Geerling. Second is Sam Mackey. And the lead is Ashley Lemongrass. And on our other sheets today, who do we have, Laura?
So the other games that we'll be keeping a watch on today, on sheet 1 we have Team Steele versus Team Bernard. On sheet 3 we have Team Como versus Team Mungle. And on sheet 4 we have Team Doig versus Team Warner.
And this is the first round for the ladies' side of this championship. We saw the first draw earlier today when the boys played. Again, we have a very strong field here of U-18 ladies. Should be a great week of curling, Laurie.
Definitely. I was so impressed last year when we did the commentary at this event at how composed and how well executed these teams they were just amazing all week.
Yeah, they are very technically sound these days, these young curlers. So right now we're just watching, this is the second practice.
So they're just working on their draw to the button path here. Team DeSchene already threw their draw to the button. They did not hit the rings, so basically these guys just have to hit some paint.
Right, in order to get hammer.
But I'm assuming because it's a round robin that the accumulative draw to the button score can be important.
It's extremely important, yes. That's how they can determine their seeding at the end of the week and if there's going to be tiebreakers.
Yeah. So the good news is for Team DeSchene, they do throw one away. So that will be their throwaway shot.
So by that, Laura, you mean that, so there's 7 games in the round robin, and so that would be 7 draws to the button for a hammer, but they actually take the top 6.
That's right.
Yeah. So you do get one that you can throw out if needed.
So they've used that one up.
Hopefully, yes. Seeing lots of familiar faces out here from last year's competition, U-18s, and some new faces.
Mm-hmm.
Do I throw another one?
Yeah, we got to know these teams quite well covering last year, and as well as the parents. It was a really fun week.
It was, yeah. I'm already sensing this one's going to be just as fun.
Make sure.
But will anybody bring us the picnic basket?
Yeah, that's the big question.
Yes, guys, go.
Okay, so the official is telling everybody that isn't supposed to be out here to leave the ice. This one will be the draw to the button.
The way they do this, the team throwing blue will always throw, the team with first practice, who's throwing blue, will always throw the in turn or clockwise to the button. and then the other team will throw the out turn counterclockwise.
What time is it? Okay. Yep. Hard. Hard, guys. Yes. Hard. Hard. Let's go. Hard, guys. You got it. You got it, guys. Go, go, go. Hard. Full four. Full four. Full. Leave it short, then move.
Okay, so she hasn't hit the paint on this.
We have to rethrow it.
So they have to have someone else on the team throw a second one because the first team also did not hit the paint. And if neither team hits the paint, they can't really measure it, so they have to do a second one.
Yep. I did.
And I believe, Lori, the second one that was thrown, did they hit 4 foot?
That I'm not sure.
I think it was. Actually, I think it was like back 4.
Okay.
That's, yeah.
You know what's kind of, I've never actually been in this situation before, but the person who now has to throw this rock hasn't really prepared themselves.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
this.
definitely not mentally prepared. I have had to do this once.
Yeah.
And it was a bit
Stressful.
jarring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not ready for it. It's not your turn.
Well, and you might not have even been practicing it for the 7 minutes.
Yeah.
You might have been throwing on other spots in the ice.
Now, in this competition, Mary, do they have each player has to throw at least one during the round robin?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so take 2 coming here.
Where is it? Okay, just to wait. Line's fine, just wait. It's got to curl a bit.
It's not light.
Okay. It's all right. It's
So
on.
just back 12. I do think that's going to give DeShane the hammer.
Oh, God. Okay, there you go. It was Ashley. Ashley? Lemon grab. Okay. Blue has hammer cap.
So to Shane with the hammer.
Yeah.
Good curling. Good curling. Good curling.
So we'll see a few differences here today from what we've seen in the previous draw with the boys playing. You see a lot of the times the girls have their little powwows, whereas the men tend to not do that as much. And you'll probably see a little bit more of a conservative game here. At least definitely a conservative start, meaning rocks will be in the house. Or at least that's where they will want them to be.
Yeah, that's what normally, that's how the ladies teams do traditionally start. A little more conservative approach. They don't want to get into too much trouble too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Some may argue that the ice is at its best right now. As we saw in our first game, the ice did come down a fair bit in the latter part of the game. So it's just something for the teams to be aware of as they move forward in the week. They might not want to wait too long to get things going.
Yeah. Well, when you think about it, you do have 7 minutes out there to start. You should feel fairly comfortable. Maybe not the first game, but as the week goes on.
Definitely.
This will curl, especially the beginning of the game. You can see a lot of curl out here.
I like the same thing. Let's go.
This is a nice way for these kids to spend their March break.
Yeah, that works out really well
the
that they
parents.
don't have to take time off school.
Yeah.
Same thing. Where? 6 is fine.
I think these kids play a fair bit on the tour as well, so it must be difficult to balance everything.
That was a 12-8.
Yeah, and I know on the tour, you know, they start a lot of the times on the Friday. So they do get to take the odd day off school to go to go curling.
Lucky them.
I know.
We never had such privilege.
No, we didn't.
So as predicted, I think we are going to just see these rocks being run up and down the ice for the first end at least. Everybody will have the nerves settled hopefully after that. They are getting some good movement out of this spot.
She threw that, Celeste threw that really well. Big weight too. Oh, she's saying she was tight. And tight on this ice is can be very troublesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw a fair bit of overcurl in the first game with the men.
Yeah.
And they threw them hard.
Yeah, they did.
So
5.
sometimes you got to believe what you're seeing.
You do. Yeah.
Are you sure?
You got to trust it.
You sure?
Yes, Jocelyn Peterman.
That was a 13.25. Okay.
Definitely not as quick as it was this morning.
Yeah, 13:25, and it's back 4. So I'm thinking it's running 14-ish. Whereas it was about 15 beginning of last game.
Yeah. This one's going to be a mess.
And you know, that's something that maybe a coach and a skip can talk about in this kind of a situation. You can give max ice to your players, even on the hits, on this kind of ice, especially in the first end. Once the pebble breaks down, it's going to straighten out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where? Whoa, whoa. Just 5. Just 5.
So Team POLUCK will look to split
Just
the rings
5.
here, try to get a force out of Team DESCHENES in the first end.
That's a nice shot. Good judge, guys. That was a 13.5.
Team DESCHENES would love a little hit and flop in front of that other one.
Yes! Yes! Hard! Hard!
Sweepers are going to have to work hard on this.
Yes!
Then double.
Cheesy double.
Oh, almost. They overswept it.
Yeah, they did actually. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ah, she dumped it. She slid tight and then Roy just dumped it. Where?
This one looks a little
Is it gonna
warm.
go through? We're past the tick, so. As long as it stays. Nice shot.
Okay, not exactly where they would have liked it. So this does give Team Deschênes a nice opportunity.
Yeah, and we've talked about this, Lori, about when you don't have hammer, drawing to the wing is very dangerous, and that's the reason why. She put it back 12 foot. And if Deschênes can get a hit and a roll, you know, and sit on that yellow one back there, that's only going to help the team with the hammer.
Yeah, I agree. Not getting the roll, but does stick around.
Let's just go nose. 10-5. 10-5.
So the force is still on if she can make a nose hit here.
Yeah. Mine's good. Yep. 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 Hard. Hard, guys. Yep. Hard. Hard. Yes. Hard. Hard, guys. Hard, hard, hard. Hard,
Oh, dear.
hard. Okay.
Might have just been a little softer in the weight than what they wanted. That really curled.
Yeah, again, you know, I think,
Not really, just kind of.
and you know, communication is huge here. The skip needs to acknowledge, yeah, like I just heard her say, I'll give you more
Yeah.
ice.
And as a thrower, that's a really important to hear
Yeah.
that kind of feedback,
Yeah,
especially if she felt like she threw it pretty good.
yeah.
So great chance here with that miss to sit two, and all of a sudden there's a
Let's just do this, but if you get the roll here,
change of momentum.
Yeah.
Next one. Yep.
I always like it when my skip, especially for hits, yells down to me, it curls here,
Yes.
or it's straight here.
Yes.
Because the thrower, most throwers will know that because you've watched, especially when the, you know, maybe not at this level, the young kids,
Give yourself more.
but as a thrower, I like to know that.
Yeah.
So I know I can be a little bit on the, which side of the broom I'm actually going to hit.
Yeah, exactly. The broom is just a guide.
Yeah, like I
right?
never hit the middle. It's one
Who
of the
does? No, I'm with you. The more information, the better, really.
Yep, yep. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
That was a really nice throw on that one.
Nice shot. No. Oh God. I know. So do you just want to throw like 10s at it? No, it was 9 on both. Just solid 10s. Solid 10. Yay!
Okay, Emily would love to make a nose hit here. Keep the two alive.
She puts them hard. All the way over.
Yeah, she's getting a lot of movement there too. Doesn't hold her shooter. That's too bad.
Yeah, a little break for the
Yeah.
POLUCK team.
10. Just 10. Like if they were just gonna throw 10s. No 10-5s. Well, I mean,
Even a 10 worries me here.
we'll just ice you guys for 10s.
Eh?
Yeah, on the first end,
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind keeping it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Clean. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry, I thought he was gonna jump, and I'm like, oh my God. I just didn't want it to jump.
So with that rollout, Deschênes has a chance here just to blank the end.
Yeah, nice easy shot here. She'll have a good look at a path that she wants to see what it does.
And a lot of skips will pick something way out in the 12-foot, but I think it's important to check out the center line.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be peaked, and you never know. See how much movement comes off the center is good.
Okay, hold on one. My bad.
The thing is, though, you have to watch it too.
Yes.
You have to actually watch and see what it does.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
She sort of left that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the blank end, score remains 0-0. Team DeShane will retain the hammer into the second end.
So the lead for the POLUCK team is Ashley Lemongrass, 17 years old.
Where? Yep. Yeah, line. Hard line, yes. Hard. Really hard, guys. Yes, hard. Hard, get it on. Just get it on, guys. Hard. Hard, get it on. Get it, baby. Let's go, go, go. All the way, guys. You got it.
So I think just a little bit tight and light on that does set up a corner guard.
It's a little loud. I know. Okay,
Team DeShane's going to take advantage of that. So throwing lead for Team DeShane is Celeste Gauthier.
I remember Celeste here last year. Do you remember
Yes,
her, Lori?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's only 15.
Yeah.
So she was really
young.
young last year. Just lost the line a little bit. I think her weight was close.
Yeah. So Team POLUCK is just going to come around this center guard.
Where? Line's fine. Just wait.
It's a little heavy here.
It'll stick around, but it's pretty deep. Actually came way out the other side as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so Celeste is from Ottawa, and she goes to Murrayville High School, and she's been playing for 7 years.
So she's going to be on the front here. She'd like to chip this wide open.
Yeah, it's not a terrible shot.
No, no.
She opens up the
fine.
front. Still has her corner guard.
So this is Samantha Mackey, 17 years old, lives in Ajax, Ontario.
Where?
Goes to J. Clark Richardson Collegiate.
Line's all right. It's got to curl a bit. Starting to come. It's not bad. Just stop. Make your shot, Sam. Colors is rolling.
So throwing second for Team DeSchene is Rory Grant. Rory's hometown is Canada.
Do you like the same thing? I'll give you a bit more ice. Oh, you're... No, I think you're relieved. It's just your relief.
Seeing a ton of over curls. Do you think the girls are just getting them started a little bit?
Well, maybe a little bit, but
Where?
ice is contributing to the overcurl a
Yeah.
lot.
Mine's all right. Yep.
It's curling more on hits than most people
That's all right,
expect.
yep.
You don't
That's all
see
right.
that very often.
Yeah, usually when you throw some solid weight, it doesn't curl so much, but it really is moving. I'm just wondering if they're a little nervous to start rolling them a little bit, getting them started.
Yeah.
Get sweep.
Well, let's see how she throws. Yeah, like she's not giving a whole lot of ice.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was about to say it too. And I'm like,
we have a pretty good view coming toward the glass here, so see how she looks on this one.
yeah, yeah, yes,
She might get a nice roll here. Ah.
So she threw an 8.5 on that. She might have been a hair tight. So I hope these girls just give a little more ice or they're going to kill their sweepers by the end of the week.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta go straight.
I mean, 8.5 is a pretty hard shot, a
Yeah.
pretty hard throw.
I think she threw it better than her first one, and her weight was fine.
This is Sarah Geerling,
Might have turned it a bit.
third for the Pollock team.
Yep, 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 yep. Hard. Yep.
They're working hard on this one too.
Hard, 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 hard.
Oh dear. Definitely not what they wanted on that.
There one.
Well, they pushed the DeSchene rock right behind the corner guard.
Yeah. So throwing Vice Rocks is Emma Antichuk. So really nice opportunity with that miss to sit a couple. One buried. I think the girls are just getting them started, Mary. That was a nice shot.
Just this. A little bit. 10. Her weight was up though. Whoa. Yep, yep. Yep. Whoa, 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 just clean. Roll that way. Throw this in. Great shot. What was like dry? I think maybe a little bit, but.
So Emma is a grade 10 student at John McCrae Secondary School.
I just didn't give you enough ice. Just okay, leave it.
Not very close on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then if they hit it on the edge, it'll just jam. Yeah. Okay.
So really good chance here for Team Pollock.
Here? Yeah. Okay. Take a little less then. Just go here. Yep. Just draw like top 8, and then if they hit it on the edge, it'll jam, maybe. Okay. Same. Okay.
This is Allison Pollock. Throws skip rocks for this team.
Okay.
17 years
think that's
old,
good
goes
ice?
to Wellington Heights Secondary
You want to take a
School.
little less ice? Yeah. I don't know. I just don't feel like it will curl that much. Like it will still have that. Yeah. We're doing 9-4. Yep. Yep. Sam, close. Sam, close. Sam, take a look, guys.
The sweepers went end to end on that one.
And it's not going to be shot rock.
No.
Yeah.
Are we second? Are we second? Are we second shot? No. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I think so.
So second chance here for Team
Sorry.
DeShane.
I just pulled back a little bit when I let go.
Has a chance to sit 2.
Oh. They're still going to be 2 if they hit this one out. Okay. He is if they hit it out. Oh. Yes! 4! Yes! Whoa, whoa! No!
She's got lots of weight on this. Does it sit in time? We need an overhead view here.
I think she just expected that I was down. Or that I threw the right way. Huh? I think they're only one. That I threw the right way. No, I think they're only one. We're wanting to throw control. Yeah. So I think this one come here. It to curl like it was control. Yeah, because I don't think if they. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
They're
does
only
she
one
think
right now,
they're
so
sitting
just a hair
one?
more ice, hair more weight, and we should be sailing. Okay. It's like a 70.
A little speed wobble on there, but she recovered well.
Sit.
This one is a little hot.
I'm going to call this one Lori. I think blue is sitting 2.
Well, they seem to think it was
Hold it.
theirs for
I
second,
know.
but yeah.
That's my call.
Drop her 2 so like board and chip it.
Well, she thinks it's that yellow is second as well.
Like this.
I think
Like half.
I don't think she needs to get too complicated here. Taking 2 is a really good option. I certainly don't think they need to be playing a run back situation.
So on that. Pardon?
We'll just listen in here for a sec, Lori.
I don't mind it, but I just don't want to run it right by and chip our own. Yeah. I kind of like the run. I do. I really don't think that. No, I think it's jamming. I like the run.
They don't seem to be considering just drawing for 2. Well, this is Emily DeShane. She is 15. Okay, so this is Skip Emily DeShane. She is 15 years old, attends Greenlee, Ontario. Oh, sorry. John McCrae Secondary School, lives in Greenlee, Ontario.
This is close.
Well, what do we know anyway?
Well, that was a hard way of getting to.
Hard way to get to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with that, Team DeShane scores their 2, puts them up 2-0, heading into the third end over Team POLUCK.
Yeah, so the shot to play there is the draw for 2.
Correct.
Yeah, she looked at playing the tap out, which was definitely not even there, I don't think. It was too high risk, and that that shot, and she did make it, but it was a tough shot to have to make in the second end for a 2.
She could have undercurled it and then hit it back onto their other rock. Like it just was a really difficult shot. Where it just
it didn't
plain
need to
old,
be.
plain old draw for 2.
She was hoping for 3
Yeah.
with that shot, but being up 2 points is fine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Shall we do some updates?
Sure.
Okay, so on sheet 1, we have a tie game 2-all between Team Steele and Team Bernard. And on sheet 3, we have Team Mungle up 5-0 over Team Como. And on sheet 4, we have Team Warner. They are up 3-0 over Team Doig. So we'll keep an eye on those games. So interesting that she didn't opt to. Interesting that she didn't opt to throw a guard in the free guard zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The other option, if they wanted to play a bit of a conservative approach to the end, they could have froze or tapped that one back a little bit if they didn't feel comfortable throwing guards. But with that miss, Team DeShane will put another one tighter top 12. Bit of a missed opportunity there.
It is, and we've talked about that before with the girls. They are a little more hesitant to get rocks in play, even when they're down. And that's when you have to.
You got to play to win.
Absolutely. This looks like a great shot from Celeste. Both of these teams, Lori, they play on the junior curling tour as well. And right now, DeShane is in the 4th spot, and POLUCK is in the 6th spot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to know how many games they get in as a team coming into this event. We'll have to do some investigation as the week goes.
They play in a lot of bonspiels.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah. And they have this, the curling tour, which is great. It's almost like the Grand Slam of curling for the young kids.
Yeah, there's no shortage of opportunities for them. Unlike when I was a junior and there was 2 tournaments a year.
Yeah, I know. It's come a long way.
Yeah, it really has. They were a little worried about that, but it did come up nice at the end.
Well, the POLUCK team is going to continue to hit here. The only way they can generate some points here is that they happen to roll behind that blue rock on the top 12-foot, which is sort of acting like a corner guard.
Yeah, they sort of need to decide what their plan is for this end. Are they trying to score? Are they trying to blank? If they're trying to blank, they might want to hit the wide rock and roll into the center.
Yeah.
I think we have another flash here. So just struggling a little bit with some releases, I think.
Why we go there?
I did find out that every member of Team POLUCK played second on their respected teams last year.
Oh, really?
So,
Oh,
you know,
interesting.
everybody getting used to a new position.
Yeah.
They're in a provincial championship, so just getting comfortable.
Well, it's not easy going from playing second to playing skip.
Exactly.
So,
Well,
More ice.
that coming up short does give Team POLUCK a little opportunity. It's a guard.
Because she's like, bring it in, bring it in. But that wasn't. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hard, yes. Hard, guys. Sweet, yes. Hard. Hard, guys, yes. Hard, you got it. Go, 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 hard. Nice shot. Yeah, my voice is gonna be gone. Winning fun. It's so bad.
They're talking about how loud it is out there.
are they?
Yeah, that they're not going to have any voice by the end of the week.
Yeah. Well, it's a small area out there. It's 4 sheets. Low ceiling.
Yeah. The voices tend to bounce around
Yeah.
pretty good. So looking to wrap one around here. It's close.
I like the draw.
They would have loved to have that a little bit deeper, but nice shot.
Okay, 10.
Kind of a tough roll here. Got to cross the rock, and I'm not even sure you can
Close.
get shot out of it. I guess you can.
Can you come off the back of the other one? No, she's hitting too much of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know if it's in or not. Can't tell. Doesn't look it.
Back 4. Okay. Where? Yes. Hard. Yes. Yes.
So that was a 13-7.
Mm-hmm. And it was about T-line, maybe just behind
Like
T-line.
this.
So I think the ice is a little heavier today than it was earlier.
Mm-hmm. Well, the ice makers will be keeping a close watch on the conditions, trying to get it as consistent as they can for the players. I know they were keeping track of the temperatures in the first game. They had a whole chart
Yeah.
with all the temperatures.
Cool.
Good chance here for a hit and roll, though.
Looks good.
Roll, all the way, all the way, all the way.
Oh, it was almost perfect.
Roll that way. I don't think we're ever getting under. Nice shot.
So ideally, Emily would like to hit this and roll away from all of those guards,
I'm gonna take off. I'm like, sleep, and then it's like, just kidding, it's not even on the rock yet.
making it harder for the POLUCK team to make the same hit and roll behind the guards.
And then I'm like, whoa, and then it's like, okay, now it's got a curl, and they're like, do we have to see that? I don't think she moved the broom. Yeah. Yes! Whoa! No!
They would love to stick their shooter here. Yep. Sits 2.
I don't mind just coming here. Yeah, I think you gotta do that now. That's fine. Yeah. Yep, that's good. But control it would have overcurled. Yeah, you threw about normal. Yeah, I think so. Okay, just draw behind the guard. Yeah, I was. Just draw behind the guard. Just draw. In my through control, we were wrecking all day. We'll see. Let's just throw a 40. I'll just throw a 40 like last time. Like we were touching this much. 70? More than half. Like 3/4.
So I think she means a 3.4 split, which is quite heavy.
I don't want to throw that.
Yeah, curious what their timing system is. That does seem like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! It's got a curl.
She has an opportunity if she could sink one around here.
This looks pretty good. Can't lose it. My goodness.
Woo. That is a great shot.
Really nice
Great
shot.
draw. That'll make her feel good.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, that's what get you. That's what gets you multiple points. That shot right there.
Mhm.
You just need one good shot to turn things around.
There is, but I know. I know. You were like, it's fine, don't sleep on the sand. Sorry, like.
The DeSchene team could also play the run back here.
Yeah, I was looking at that where she was so quick to play the run back in the second end. I'm surprised they didn't look at it because
Yeah,
it
they're
looks
not even
pretty.
It looks
It's
pretty.
a nose hit.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
This is a very difficult draw for her.
Yes.
What time did you get for mine? 13. I had a soft release. Yes. Hard. Yeah. Whoa.
Her line is okay, but her weight is a little up. So just chips off. So this will give Team POLUCK a chance to get their 2 right back.
We need like here. Here? Yeah.
Amazing how one shot can just turn the whole end around.
That's what I just said, didn't I? Yeah. It's all you need is either one miss or one really good shot
10?
to score more than 1 point in an end.
Yeah,
And it happened on the skip's first rock.
Yeah.
Like it can happen as late as that.
that's
so
right.
Never give up.
I was just going to say never say die.
Like you were the thing I undericed you, then I gave you like more and it still fucking took off.
You need to stay on this.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, I think you can't hurt it. Nice shot.
Yeah, great shot there to get her 2 points right back. So that'll tie the game up at 2 apiece, with Team Deschênes having the hammer heading into the fourth end.
Did you ever think you should throw them blue? No, but it's the shot you have to call first, right? Like we have 19 minutes left. Do you want to throw up a guard? 3? Okay. That's partially our fault too. So yeah. We'll let you throw whatever you want to throw. Okay. If this is a guard, what do you like? I don't mind coming around. Okay. You know draw weight? Yeah, pretty well. Okay.
Okay, I think we have a center guard being called here.
Little tight! Tight! Yep! If it's not over, just leave it. If it's not over, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. Just leave it.
So Ashley just threw that a little tight and obviously a little light.
Yeah, they're having some trouble with that first stone. Okay, so Celeste
Okay, let's go. Just put up the score and just hold on to
won the silver medal at the Ontario Winter Games this year, and she was on the runner-up team at the U-18 provincials last year. So great resume so far, considering her age of 15.
Mm-hmm.
Fine there. Just leave it. Good. Do you want to hit it out? Yeah. 10. Stay close. Yeah. 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 Hard. Yes. Okay, Wall. Wall, you're already off.
They're definitely having their challenges with their shots right now, aren't they?
Yeah, well, when you're trying to play a hit in the wings, and the skip has to emphasize to the thrower, keep the weight up
Yeah,
for one thing.
it was very light.
It was light. It was like hack weight, hacked board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where? T-line.
So Deschênes will just split the rings here.
Bring it back. Yes. Hard. Emma.
Yeah, great chance here to set up a 2-point end. It's a really nice draw. It's perfect.
10.
So for the POLUCK team, they're obviously going to have to be hitting these rocks, but what they want to do is try to roll towards the other rock, and at some point there might be a chance to make a double and get out of this end.
Yeah, what these girls need to remember is it's important just to at least get a piece of the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Flashing is just not an option.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it just kind of stayed.
So even though she rolled out, at least she made contact.
Yeah, and then the other team now has to make their shot.
Exactly. So start with the small victories.
Right.
Because you don't want to see the flashes. So Rory was also on the team, this team that went to the Ontario Winter Games. And this is her first provincial championship.
Or take it out. Sit or take it out.
So this DeShane team won that, Lori, this year.
They came second. They won the silver.
They won the silver.
Yes, at the Ontario Winter Games.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wonder how many teams are in that event.
There was, I think, 7 or 6, yeah, of each sex. Yeah.
Hard, yes! Hard! Hard, guys, let's go! Hard! Hard! Hard, yes! Got it! You guys got it! Go, go, go! All the way!
What was the call here, Mary?
Get it, Biden! Go, go, go! All the way, guys! Okay.
Well, I think she must have called her to freeze up to that rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit baffling, actually.
Well, like you say, that she's a new skip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you don't have hammer, you have to hit those rocks.
Yeah, you need to eliminate. And even if she was trying to hit the one in the back of the house, that's the one she should be hitting is the one in the top, and then trying to roll over toward that situation. So really good chance here for Team DeShane to draw on sit 3. They are putting some pressure on the POLUCK team. It's a beautiful draw.
Try to get the double. See, I don't know where to fuck them. I just like this little left nose. But it's just if we cut up a 10. Yeah, just a little off. Pretty much on nose, yeah. Whoa. Close, yep, yep, yep. Yep. Hard, yep. Hard, hard.
Stuffs it. Still leaves Team DeShane sitting 2. So Emma was at the 2017 and 2018 mixed, and also at the 2017 and 18 U-18 girls provincial championship. Bit of a mistake on that one, leaving it light.
Okay.
So trying to get out of this situation with an offense type of shot.
Little tight. Where? You can wait for line. Yeah. Yeah, line. Yes, line. Line. Hard line. Yes. Yes, hard, guys. Yes, hard, 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 hard. Oh, okay.
Oh, just feathers the front.
They could probably get this to curl again if they keep going on it.
Nice shot.
Oh. Almost perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like you didn't like do anything with your wrist. You just slid tight. So. Did you hear me kind of like voice crack? I was like, I don't know.
It was a really good throw. She threw that very well.
Try to do this. Yeah, I think we got to try.
Probably a better shot would have been to call the roll farther away from this center area. So it does give POLUCK a decent chance here to roll behind the guard.
Try to go under. Just 10.
Kind of a crucial shot here.
Yeah, there is a 3 on the table if you don't make this really good.
Yeah.
Yep. Whoa, 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 it's got to curl. We got to get the roll.
Oh, nice shot.
Really nice shot.
Good soup, guys.
She's making a few game savers.
She is.
Good call. Should have had them brushed a little bit, but not bad. Well, I was just afraid it wouldn't get the roll, and I'm like, oh well, they can barely even see it anyway, so.
So Emily thinks she can get at this rock with board weight. It's tricky, but I think it's there.
Yeah, the guard's pretty high.
Yeah.
Does curl a lot. Important line call here for the third.
Oh, it's close. Nice shot.
Yeah, really nice shot. Probably the best she could do. It was really hard to save her shooter on that. So decision time here.
Like either running that or taking it and rolling over here. It's a long roll. Okay, well, I don't want to give them up 3, so.
Very good call here.
Yeah, she could aggressively go for the hit and roll.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
hit it first.
Yeah, hit it first,
Yeah.
but
Sarah.
she has a couple options.
No.
She could hit and roll behind the guard. She could hit
I
and
don't
roll
wanna
right
give
in
them
front of the other
I
blue.
don't want to give 3, so.
She doesn't have a ton of weight.
Roll. Roll.
Oh, if it sits around, it's a beauty.
Yeah, just went too far.
Oh, that was really close to being perfect. Nice try.
Their shot.
So Emily has had lots of provincial experience. She has been at last year's and this year's U-18s. She's been to last year and this year's mixed provincials, as well as the Ontario Winter Games. So great chance here to get 2 right back.
I know, but we had the same time as them, so. Like, we definitely have to be quicker in the hack. So.
This looks right on the money. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Never doubt. Okay, so with that, Team DeShane scores their 2. They are up 4-2 at the midway point of this first game in the ladies round robin.
And we are going to take just a 5-minute break here while the teams break, and we will be back shortly. And welcome back, everyone, to the U-18 Men's and Women's Ontario Curling Championships being held here in Hamilton, Ontario. If you are just joining us, we are just featuring Team DESCHENES up against Team POLUCK. Just going into the fifth end of play, and it is a score of 4-2 for Team DESCHENES.
So while they're getting started, Mary, in this end, why don't I do some updates?
That sounds great, Lori.
Thank you. On sheet 1, we have a tie game, 3 apiece between Team Steele and Team Bernard. And on sheet 3, we have Team Mungle up 5-3 over Team Como. And on sheet 4, we have Team Warner up 5-1 on Team Doig. So everybody is in their fifth end of play.
Three. It's gotta be 3, guys. Let's go.
So I learned something. Learned something after the first game.
After the first game?
Yeah.
What'd you learn?
So remember how I said that in the when they at the fifth end or at the break at the fourth end when they do the mopping, you know, you always hear that the rocks travel further. The ice maker told me it's not because of the mopping; it's because the ice temperature cools
Right.
down.
Yes.
So I learned something new today.
Mm-hmm. And it's a real thing.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
it is.
Because if you notice, after the 5-minute break,
Yeah.
all of a sudden everybody's heavy on their draws. Or the
Exactly.
leads are.
Yeah, for some reason, I think I always associated it more with the mopping versus the end being over and the ice sitting.
Right. Well, some nice shots here so far.
Yeah, 3 perfect ones. Game on.
You can try for the double, but if you just do that, that's fine too. 10.
So that one must have just slipped in.
Yep. Hard. Hard, guys. Let's go. Hard. Hard. Let's go. Hard. All the way. Yes. Hard. Hard, guys. Let's go. Hard.
These sweepers are getting quite a workout.
Yeah, typically when you're on swingy ice like this, the sweepers don't get much of a break.
Yeah, for sure. So it's a good chance for the skip to maybe just start bringing the broom out a little bit more so as to not kill her sweepers in the first game of the round
Right.
robin.
Yeah.
Just doesn't have to be drastic, but just start easing it out a little bit. They're definitely not under curling yet.
Yes. Yes. Harden. Yes.
So
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
was just going to say, DESCHENES, you know, she actually could have gone up and peeled that corner guard. She's up 2 points.
Yes.
This is not going to work out well for her because it's
No.
going to over curl and it's going to be very high.
Yeah, that's a mistake. I like your call as well.
You just want to try this with like hack? Oh, let's go board. Board. Yep. Where?
I think this one's just a little firmer than what she had asked for.
She heard me call board, right? Okay.
Oh, Team DESCHENES going on the offense here.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, she probably could get both of those moving, those guards. Gonna put some pressure on.
Well, the one she has in there is very nicely placed.
Yes.
It's pretty much on the button.
Yeah. Pretty tough to outdraw that.
Right.
Would love to be a tight guard here.
That's a great shot.
Yeah. Gave her sweepers a break for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
10. 10.
Pollock would like to get, you know, to get the double here, only because that rock is so good for Team DESCHENES.
Definitely. Definitely was tight on release on that one.
All the way over.
Won't like that.
Like a 1, 2. You got it.
So throwing another guard, looking for about halfway. Didn't really change the situation there.
10.
So another chance to make the double.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, curl. Seriously, what the? That's fine.
Huh. Skipper was a little confused with that result. She must have thought she threw it pretty well.
Yours dive and hers just.
Yeah, it really ran straight.
Mm-hmm. I think the second stone on the Pollock team, Sam, is just rolling them with her elbow a little bit rather than letting them go with her, just the release with at the end. She's really turning with her elbow is what I'm seeing. So it's hard for the skip to get a good read.
Mm-hmm.
Nice guard there.
Do you want to play like hack and try to come in and just push it back? Okay. Just hack. Yeah.
So really tough shot here. Just trying to get it back off of the button, basically.
Yeah.
Keep her shooter somewhere. Even if she threw back 4, back 8 max.
Mm-hmm.
Got a curl.
She's on the outside guard. Oh.
Okay.
Her weight was pretty decent on that.
Yeah,
hack.
it was the weight they called.
Yeah. Well, that gives DESCHENES a really good chance here
It's
to
an 11-5.
cap
so it
this
wasn't
off.
that much off.
Yeah.
But it was still,
Steel is definitely on the table. So they would love to put this guard a little tighter to the ring so then Team Pollock doesn't have that angle run on the yellow, because right now that's really her only shot.
Yeah.
So you want to think about placement on this shot.
We pretty much just have to run one.
A little that way a bit, but
Do you like running that one?
I guess, yeah.
Like we can't draw this way. Like we might be able to draw that way, but there's no point. Like, and if we just peel it, then it opens it up for the next one.
Perfect.
Yeah, just like right where the handle is. Don't you think? Okay. 10-5? 10? It's fine. 10?
I was sliding and they're like, you were all there, and I just went like that, and just like.
I don't mind taking a run at those two blue ones on the center line. Even if you hit it on the nose and get rid of both of those, then you have two shots on your next one because you can't cover them both.
You read my mind.
Yeah. Like this one.
This is your last shot.
This is your last shot,
Yeah.
the last resort.
That's right.
And if you don't make it this time, you're going to have a tough time. You might, throw in
Exactly.
against two.
Kind of in a fumble.
Now, mind you, if she sticks it.
It's a great shot.
It's a great shot. The problem is if you don't make it,
Yeah.
you're in a
Whoa!
heap of trouble.
Whoa!
Now, she has been making lots.
Mhm.
This one's a little on the thin side.
Sweep that in, yeah.
Got a little fortunate.
Think we guard the bomb?
I don't know why we were on that. I don't know why we were on that.
I think, like we saw earlier today, the ice might be straightening out now. And so they're still calling the sweep for the big swing.
Yes.
And that's what's happening.
Yeah, this is about the time we saw it
Yeah.
in the morning game. You're right.
So I think Emily's just calling to guard that yellow rock.
Yeah. So same weight she just had.
Whoa! Yes! Yes! Whoa!
She wants to guard the outside of it. So they should actually get off of it now so that it doesn't over curl.
Yeah, because the further they bring it, the more it's going to curl.
Unless they were calling the draw in.
No, they definitely were calling the guard. But
Okay.
she over curled, so I think the shot is still potentially there.
Yeah, it's definitely there.
This is fun. I love curling. Okay, 10.
Sorry, my bad.
Okay, same thing, 10.
Is this a long
You just gotta hit at the 4.
So she should have a good idea what it's going to do down here.
Hmm.
So difficult shot here to score.
Whoa! 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 Curl! Why the fuck are you?
And that didn't do a thing, so she's going to be really frustrated with that. So steal of 1 for Team Duchesne. That puts them up 5-2 after the 5th end. Team Pollock will have the hammer going into the 6th end. So now is a good chance for them to have a little meeting, discuss what they're seeing.
All yours are curling. So why don't mine?
So she's frustrated because her rocks are doing something different, but I think she's just not reading the difference in releases.
Right.
And we'll
Like,
keep going.
I think she's talking to Samantha, who's our curling, but Samantha's getting them going.
Definitely. She's definitely turning them. So that's when you really, and that's where maybe the inexperience at the skip level, she hasn't seen enough rocks coming at her yet to see all those differences with the release. So for her shot, she really needs to broom off of what she's seeing that what her rocks are doing, not worrying about
And
Samantha's.
maybe the coach could good time to call a timeout
Totally.
here if he's seeing what we're seeing, and just point that out to her. It's tough when you're skipping. You got a million things to think of, and if you're not used to it.
That's right.
Close as you can. Yeah, close as you can. Let's go. Hard. Hard, yep. Let's go hard, guys. Hard, hard, hard. Okay.
Nice corner guard from Ashley.
So Celeste likes to do graphic design. She's an artist, and one of her pieces is at the Royal Ontario Museum.
Wow, that's amazing.
I would like to see what she's done.
She probably has a picture of it on her phone. So we're going to ask her after the game.
We'll have to post it on the TSL Twitter.
There you go.
Let's go this way. 10-5.
Ashley has not listed any hobbies on hers.
You know what that means.
It means you're going to make them up.
I was going to say you could make them up.
Oh, but you're so good at it, Lori.
Whoa.
She's into cuticle care.
Yep. 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 Okay, just nose. Yep. Just nose. Nice shot. Control.
So Rory has 4 other siblings, and her grandma got her interested in curling. And her biggest goal is to make it to the Olympics.
That's a big goal.
It's a lofty aspiration for sure, but good for her.
Okay, let's come around.
Because she slid so tight. And then she just slipped it out, so I didn't know what it was going to.
So Team Pollock trying a very difficult draw round, the one in the top 12.
Where?
Her weight was
This is Samantha Mackey.
Yep.
She plays lots of
Yep.
sports,
Yes.
rugby, lacrosse, volleyball,
Where?
martial arts.
Yep.
She has 2 black belts, so I wouldn't cross her, Lori.
Go, 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 go. Okay.
That's amazing. Maybe she'll show us some of her mad skills sometime this week.
Pollock team, they can roll either way on this shot.
Yeah, she definitely has some options here. Okay, now that looked like a pretty good throw. I'm right behind her on that one. And see the difference? Just doesn't have that huge hook.
Roll it. Any roll.
That was a good throw.
We need to play faster.
So Emma and Emily have played together since they were 8 years old.
Yeah.
Sort of sounds like
The back
Rachel
end.
Holman and Emma Miskew.
Emma Miskew, yeah.
Yeah, some nice execution here.
Yeah, the Deschênes team are doing a great job of, you know, hitting and sticking right there.
Try this. Do you want to go this way? We can get the double. Try this. 10.
This is Sarah Geerling. Not only a good curler, but she's also a swim instructor.
Oh, good for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They could be rolling the other way here.
Okay.
Just sort of missed the call on that.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it seems like the Deschênes team really has a good handle
wanna come
on
here?
the ice and what
Yeah.
it's doing.
Or do you want? Okay.
Team Pollock really has to make a nice draw here. But they do have some options.
Where? It's got to curl a bit. Got to curl.
Just a little heavy here.
It's got to curl.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
through the back door.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
So it looks like she's just calling to block the hole.
Anyway, guard on this one.
Well, the issue with this shot is, though, it's just still leaving the Pollock team with a draw, a wide draw around those two rocks in the front of the 12-foot. It's not an easy shot, but it's definitely there.
Yeah, if she does do that, though, you'd have a pretty short run back. So maybe that she's okay leaving herself that one. Sweeper's indicating it's a little on the warm side. It's going to work out okay, I think. Mission accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind doing this and then trying to sit here. Because you need to, like, I don't know. 10? Yep. And if you get the double, then we have, like, the whole house to draw to. We need to pick up the pace.
Everybody's a little concerned with the time clock, so
Like in the
I'd love
hack
to
and,
have
like,
a peek
throw
at where they're at.
Well, they must be close, or they wouldn't be too concerned, I think. We don't get to see them up
10.
here, the clocks.
Try to get the double so then we can have the whole house to draw to. Whoa! No!
Should be sweeping.
Well, she does get second shot out of
That's
it.
not what we were trying to do, but it works. Definitely not what we were trying to do, but I guess it works. Yeah. Yep.
So Emily looking to do the short run back here.
A little more.
She also plays competitive soccer. Got interested in curling by watching the Olympics in 2010. Needs to come up a little. Nice shot.
That one's in now.
So Team DeShane
Let's
sitting
move.
2.
Yeah, it
10.
ended up going out.
Will force Allison to take her point.
Yeah, that too. 10. Yep. Sorry.
I said it too, though. Yeah, I said it, though.
Allison got into curling with her parents and grandparents.
I know.
Proudest moment making the provincials this and last year. So.
Whoa! Yep, yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nice shot for her point. That puts the score at Team DeShane up 5-3 over Team Polluck. And Team DeShane will have the hammer heading into the 7th end.
Three.
So let's check around the sheets here and see what else is happening, Mary. On sheet 1, we have a tie game between Team Bernard and Team Steele. They're tied at 5. And on sheet 3, we have Team Mungle up 6-3 over Team Como. And on sheet 4, we have Team Warner up 6-3 over Team Doig. Everybody's into the 7th end.
Right on the block. Okay. Let's try to steal here. Yeah. At least steal 1, if not 2.
So nice center guard there to
Okay,
start.
just, like, pace.
They recognize they have to kind of go all out here to steal.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
So I was just seeing the time clock. One of the teams has 8 minutes and 30 seconds. The other team has 7 minutes. So shouldn't be any issue.
No.
Yeah, room.
They get 30 minutes, which equates to about 3.75 per end of thinking time. So that's plenty.
Let's just freeze on the corner.
Great draw around there by Celeste. Perfect.
Perfect draw.
So looking for the corner freeze here.
Where?
pretty
Gotta
critical
curl.
shot of the end
Gotta
already.
curl. Like a lot. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, this looks great.
Nice shot.
Yeah, beauty.
Very nice shot by Ashley.
Perfect.
Bumping is fine.
So the DeShane team will try to come right on top of that yellow one. If they can sort of cross it slightly, be a great shot.
Hard. 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 Yes.
They are working hard on this one.
Hard. Hard, Rory.
Just a bit light, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Needs to roll off. Don't want to overlap that front.
I don't mind the same thing. Where? Yeah. Yes, line. Line. Hard. Hard. Hard line. Yes. Hard. Hard line. Yes. Very hard. Go hard. 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 Hard, guys. All the way hard. That's fine. What do you like? Feel? You might get that.
Oh, we're going to have our first time out.
Mm. Okay, so timeout here called by the DeShane team. Their coach is going to come out and give them a little bit of advice here. Greg Artichuk is the coach for this DeShane team. Let's have a listen and hear what they have to say.
I like feeling something. It's just there. I'm going to put up a guard or hit their yellow. It was. I'm serious.
I don't know if I necessarily love feeling just because then they nose and then it's hard for us to get out of line.
Do you have a guard or no?
Well, do we want to blank or do we want to get?
I
Needs one.
we
I like
would
scoring.
prefer to be up 3 without then tied with.
Okay, so then if you really want to do that, you come around the back side of those and sit two.
What do you mean the back side?
Like they're the out turn?
Go around the yellow one and then. Well, yeah, but go around the back one.
I like
How are they gonna
opening
get
something.
any?
That blue is wide open, by the
Yeah,
way.
that's why I just find like.
True.
If you truly, it's not, it doesn't matter. They can't kick it.
And you would never peel.
They would never do it because they're going to rack.
Would you ever guard?
No, I would never guard. I go around.
I like the come around.
Okay.
Come around all the
same
way
as
to the back
Steve,
four.
like
back eight or
Back four. Back four,
Okay,
back
yeah,
eight.
I like it.
Okay. And
Come
taller.
on.
What's taller?
Come around and
Tolerance
be
is
shot,
just freeze the
shot in the
top.
back. That's all you need.
Freeze the top.
Yeah, freeze the top.
So what did they decide on here?
Well, it looks like obviously, I think they might be either coming in or just guarding that situation, which I'm not crazy about.
No, I'm surprised with a 2-point lead that they aren't just cleaning up the front and
Yeah.
opening up the middle. I know they're shot. They're concerned about that corner freeze. I'd be more concerned about the guard out front.
Yes, they should be playing the double peel on those rocks outside, or just single peel.
Do you want to come around?
Absolutely.
Try to do this. I just like hacks, so like 12, 12, 5.
Oh, that could have been such a good shot. Just whiskered the front.
That was really good weight. So that was like 10-4, so, I mean 12-4. That was good weight because it was like 12-4.
So Team DeSchene is calling to put another draw in the house. You know, the thing they have to look at is the situation looks good for them right now. But they have to be very careful here because it could change very quickly. Usually when you're up 2 points and with the hammer in the 7th end, you will be peeling everything in sight.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mary.
What do you want to do? Do you just want to sit on top? Well, let's try this. Let's try it. Just bored.
Yeah, it's getting later in the end here. They do need to make a play on the situation, try to get shot rock.
Yep. Hard, yes. Hard, guys, let's go. Hard. Hard, let's go. Hard. Hard, guys, hard. Okay, roll it on. Okay, that's fine.
So they are determined to guard the situation, huh?
Yes.
Now they're sort of committed.
Yeah. Although really they're only guarding for 1 point,
Yes.
and that would be considered a force, even though, you know, the POLUCK team will have to take 3 in the last end, but that is doable when you have hammer.
Okay.
Now here they left an opening here.
Yeah, she should have a really good look from the last one. Needs to get by this front.
I think she's looking pretty good here. Actually overswept it a bit.
Yes, they did.
She should be shot after this.
Pretty good.
Nice shot.
Unfortunately, for the POLUCK team, the DeSchene team now has the same shot. However, it will probably jam at the back.
This is Becky.
See, now you hate that those center guards are there.
That's exactly it.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Can I get a couple in
So
too?
easy for us up here, isn't it?
The center guards that she called are now the ones giving her trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, control. Like 3/4. Okay then. Like I covered it. Yeah! Whoa! Whoa! Yes! Yes! Okay. Better.
So that jams. But it's wide open.
It is shot rock now, though.
Do you want to try drawing in here?
Alright. Yeah, I think no matter what, all day was gonna jam. And even if we guard it, we can still. Yeah. We're still gonna be able to score.
So POLUCK is choosing to draw in there. The problem is if she bounces off that blue one, She's going to set up a double for a bundle.
Yeah.
So I don't mind the guard here.
I don't mind the guard. It does give Team DeShane a pretty easy tap, but at least you're going to make her have to make it.
Right.
This is a very difficult draw to sit two.
It is.
And not set up something for Team
right.
DeShane.
It's hard to sit two by, you know, getting past that one on the top eight.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
this is curling
Hard
early.
line, guys. Hard line. Hard line. Yes, line. Yes, line. Yes, line. Yes. Roll on.
Bit of a bouncing around.
Mm-hmm. Well, this could be a hit to sit four.
Okay. I have a little more.
Yeah, she probably just has edge on edge.
You like this?
But with the curl, she should be able to get at it, I think.
So looks like handshakes over on sheet 4 with Team Warner winning their first game over Team Doig. So good start for Team Warner. They were on this really early. She is all over the top one.
This is going to jam.
Not good.
I like here.
So I think yellow's sitting two now.
Yeah, I think, you know, this is one of those ends as a coach. You want to take a look at this video and rewatch this end and talk about what you could do differently depending on what happens here.
Right.
There was a lot of chances to clean it up early, and I think they've made their lives a little tougher with the shots selection that they made.
Yeah, like we talked early in the end about her peeling guards. And at the time, things were looking good for her, and that is why she chose not to. However, you can't base it on
the current situation.
The current situation.
You have to think
what could happen.
Yeah, you have to think what your game plan is, and your game plan in this end is to score.
Yeah.
So how do you score? By leaving the middle open for you.
Right. Yeah.
So great learning opportunity. I mean, these kids are young, but if I were working with this team, I would replay this end and talk about it.
Whoa. Roll it.
It's a pretty nice shot.
Even if we give up one, that's fine. Yeah, and more.
Like, oh yeah, really tight. Am I making the decision slow?
I don't think so.
Okay. Oh no, we're not close. Like, I think it's like everybody in the hat.
So Emily's going to throw a hit here to try to score 1 point. This is a tricky shot.
She's oh dear.
Sorry.
What happened there then? One for sure.
Well, I think it's 3. We'll wait to see what she puts up on the board here.
Huge turn of events.
No, it's 2.
2. Okay, so that ties the game up at 5 apiece. Team DeShane will have the hammer heading into the 8th end. Wow.
Big steal. That was a very big steal of 2.
This is a guard. Okay, go into the wing.
So really important here to get the center guard set up.
They're not touching it.
Yeah, that is not
No,
looking
that's
good.
in.
Okay, I guess then, yeah. Oh my god, I almost fell. Control. That's okay. It's fine. Just keep putting up guards. Yeah. Okay, just steal one, guys. Let's go, girl. We got this. Let's play fast.
They are really concerned about the time clock, but they have over 4 minutes. I don't think time is any issue.
No, it's not, and perhaps they're not used to it.
Yeah.
Maybe they're even, yeah. So they're a little worried. They're not used to the time clocks.
Yeah, and then they're getting into the hack and rushing, and that guard, that was supposed to be a guard, and that's a huge mistake.
I like 3.
That's something that the coach can talk to them about after this game, is that 4 minutes is twice as much as you, well, not twice, but a little over what you actually are allowed per end, and it's
Absolutely.
plenty.
It's
Yeah, I
plenty
think
of time.
they just don't know.
And they have 2 timeouts, if I'm not mistaken.
They do.
So they've only used 1.
But DESCHENES used one, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So
POLUCK-
that adds another minute and a minute. So
Mine's good.
lots of learning opportunities here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah. Yeah, Sarah. Okay, whoa. Oh my, I don't want it on. I don't want it on. Stop. Stop.
It listened.
Now mind it.
So this is an interesting call too. They're drawing to the wing. No, now they've changed their mind. I was going to say, because when you put 2 on either side to the wing, it's very difficult to then start peeling the front. It's hard to get them by those shots in the wing. So if you're,
she's coming around, is she?
well, she
Oh,
could
she's
just
looking.
Really tight.
she could play the tick, get it off the center.
Yep, yep. Room.
This is also a good call. Just draw around first. You just want to make sure you're in front of the tee line here.
Yep. Whoa. Emma. Hard.
Doesn't need to be too deep.
Okay, okay. I like the freeze.
So the other option here on this rock is she could put a high guard on the center. Not sure I'd like to come in already. It's very early in the end. Got to waste a few out front.
Right.
It's got a curl. It's got a curl.
I'm thinking, Lori, at this level, like the U-18 age, that it's not a bad call. I think, you see in the Briar and the Scotties, they'll definitely put the second. But that's 2 because they're such good peelers.
Okay.
Yep, fair
But
point.
yeah, it's
That's fine.
50-50, it's. Now, she was a little heavy on that.
No. Close. No. No. Red. I like here. Do you want to come this way?
This is the best way to come at this. If they leave this sort of open but top 8 and the other team goes after it, they could possibly jam it onto the blue ones.
Where?
Just can't be through the house here. Gotta
No.
be somewhere.
If they're calling it heavy, they could
Yeah.
freeze it to the back one.
Hard, guys, yes! Hard! 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 Roll on, roll on, roll on, roll on, roll on.
Wait,
Okay, that works.
weight wasn't bad.
Yeah.
A little light maybe.
The weight was good. That was too bad. So, nice chance here for Team DeShane. Clear these off the front. The blues are starting to gather.
Mm-hmm.
Yes! Yes! Hard! Hard!
Gotta watch the jam here.
Yeah. Oof.
It's you.
It's good they got off that at the end.
Yeah.
Here.
So still an opportunity here for Team Pollock.
Where? Little tight. Yep. 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 Hard, guys.
If her weight is good, her line is good.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley, can you finish, Ashley? Finish hard, 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 hard.
That's a nice shot.
Cross. Norm.
Playing a very difficult double here.
Yeah, if this isn't made, this gives a golden opportunity to Pollock to
I agree.
guard that up.
Yes.
I think she can see enough of the back one that she could make a play on the back.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Went sideways.
Not ideal.
It went sideways.
The saving grace is the forefoot is open.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to guard it? Do you want to come at it this way? Whoa. It's got a curl. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ashley, if anything. Yeah, hard. Ashley. Sam too. Carry it. Sam too. Yeah, like bring it farther.
That's a good guard. That's what she called.
Mm-hmm.
Nice shot. I'm like, Sam too. She's like, why? And I'm like it's gotta go. Yes! 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 Hard! Hard! Roll. Nice though. Oh, sorry. Okay.
So at some point they need to decide if that's good enough for the win. I think I'd love to see them come around again.
Yep.
Maybe she's going to guard one more.
Yeah, I think
and then
she
do it
will.
on her last.
Sam, why?
I mean, on her last, if like if DeShane peels this guard again on her last, she could put it block the draw on the other side, and
Yep.
and DeShane has a tough shot to win.
Yeah. What time?
Can DeShane see that yellow one with
Yeah,
the intern?
I think she can see enough of it for sure. That's why I was like, well, if she makes the peel, I think you have to put a better one in.
Yeah.
Where is it? Whoa, if you can. Whoa, if you can. Whoa. Do we peel again?
Okay, it's nice guard.
What? Like half?
Three-quarters might get it.
Normal?
know I like turned it in.
So are they going after the run or
Yeah.
just straight peeling the top?
No, they're going for the run back on this.
What do you think of just the straight peel?
Peeling which one?
The blue.
The blue, yeah.
It's more like
Yeah.
Because then, worst case, you've got 5 feet of room to make the draw for the win.
Yeah, absolutely.
yes! Hard!
You just don't want to leave a center guard for her.
Okay, whoa!
Well, there you go, Lori. She
perfect.
did peel it.
I think I didn't.
Because really, she doesn't have any choice except just to guard that, and then you've got...
Well, the question is, do you want DeShane drawing for the win or hitting? Because you could split the rings or put one,
Just guard.
you know, top on the center line where she can't hit it and be shot.
The other one did. Well, I was tight a bit, so.
So by doing this, she is going to force Emily into throwing the draw. And I'm not sure if Emily has thrown a draw in a while.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So
important guard here.
Ashley, close. Whoa, Ashley, close. If anything. Ashley, close.
The line looks pretty good. Weight looks really good. Definitely going to force her to draw.
Can you freeze them?
Oh, let's see. She's looking at it.
No, I know. Edge.
Okay.
Salt it to the drawer.
So I think that's the best Team Pollock could do. You just have to hope that that one's enough. But it does give Team DeShane a lot of room to make the draw. So right down to the wire in the
Yes.
first draw of the ladies.
Keep looking. Look. Yes!
So needs a good chunk of the 8, maybe a piece of the 4.
Look. Whoa. Hard.
All up to the sweepers now. This looks really good. What a shot for the win. So
Very
final
nice shot.
score, Team DeShane wins 6-5 over Team Pollock.
Good game, good luck. That scared me, holy.
So that is going to conclude our coverage of the feature game here with DeShane defeating Team Pollock by a score of 6-5. Please tune in at 9:10 this evening when we will be featuring Team Prenavost from the Fergus Curling Club up against Team Fayez from the Listowel Curling Club. Until then, on behalf of Lori, myself, and the entire TSL crew, we wish you a great evening from Hamilton.